If you treat someone like a celebrity, then many times they will treat you like a fan, but the real key to this is understanding that power dynamic. In this talk, I am going to share with you exactly how to turn that around so that they begin to pursue you. Now, in this message, I want to explain why chasing someone else is the problem by itself and the energy that flows every time we are the one doing the chasing. I will also show you what to do instead, because once you turn this dynamic around, the energy works in your favor. In general, whenever we are trying to attract a specific person into our life, very often we put them up on a kind of invisible pedestal. We place them so high that they appear far away from us. I have experienced this many times in my own life, especially in my earlier years when I began dating. I started dating a little later than some of my friends, probably around 16 or 17. I remember one of the first boyfriends I ever had. I liked him so much. We began dating, and then what happened is he started to pull back. I felt that distance and began to wonder constantly about him, thinking, what is he doing? Why isn't he calling? What is going on? I would spend hours in my head about it. At that time, my family life was also shifting. So when I had one of my first boyfriends, it was a completely new world for me. At the same time though, I unknowingly put him on a pedestal, and then I started chasing after him, hoping he would come back to me, hoping he would like me enough, hoping he would validate me. Soon after, I began making friends with a new group in high school. Within that group there were a couple of people, even some boys, who liked me. As this happened, my attention slowly moved away from the boy I had been chasing. Suddenly, he could sense that I wasn't feeding him constant attention anymore. He could feel I wasn't running after him. And as soon as that happened, he started showing interest in me again. I clearly remember during those weeks he would call me often, but by then I wasn't as interested because I had this new circle of friends. I was seeing new opportunities, and I no longer felt tied to only one person. After 2 or 3 weeks, it just faded and both of us got the message. But what really changed was not him, it was my own energy. Once I stopped putting him on a pedestal, once I stopped being just a side character in his story, everything shifted. When it comes to love, if we put someone on a pedestal, what we are really doing is creating a separation between us and them. We send the message, I want you, I need you. But if I want you, then that means I don't already have you. It means I am lacking something. And even though people are not possessions, this subtle energy of lack creates resistance. We feel the resistance because deep down we are saying, I am not whole without you. Think about it from another angle. If we approach someone with the thought, I need you so that I can feel loved, so that I can finally love myself more, then what we are really saying on an energetic level is that our happiness depends on them. We are handing them the role of director in our movie while making ourselves just an extra in their movie. That is not attractive energy. Let me give you a picture of this energy dynamic. Imagine me saying, please watch this video. Please like it. It would mean so much to me. It would make me so happy if you just liked this video. Can you feel that desperate energy? That is the same energy we give off when we are chasing someone. It makes us look like the cameo in their story instead of the star in our own. And until you choose to become the star of your own movie, the person you see as the star will not see you as attractive. That is why I always remind you, if you treat someone like a celebrity, they will often treat you like a fan. The secret is to start seeing it as natural that you are loved, as natural that you are valued, as natural that you already have your own path and your own glow. You are not waiting to be chosen. You are the star of your own story. You are a star, honey. Let me tell you that right now. You are already meant to be loved because you first love yourself. I once worked with a girl who told me something that stuck with me for years. She said that whenever she was in a relationship, suddenly she would get hit on by 7, 8, even 9 men in a week. But before she was dating anyone, she could go months without even one person approaching her. Why does this happen? The reason is energy. When she was with someone, she was giving herself permission to feel love, to feel attractive. That inner glow made others notice her. The attention wasn't about the boyfriend, it was about her vibration. So can you give yourself that same permission without needing another person? Can you realize that you are already the star of your movie? When you build that inner gravity, when you generate your own light, that is when energy shifts and people naturally move toward you. Here's another example. If you see someone as a 9.8 out of 10 and see yourself as only a 5, then the moment they are around you, you will feel tension. You will want things to go a certain way. You will attach to the outcome. that puts you into scarcity mode, and scarcity is never attractive. Scarcity energy pushes people away. People always feel what you feel about yourself. So when you shift how you see yourself, others will shift how they see you. The outside world is always reflecting your inside world. Reality mirrors back your inner vibration. Vibration is simply your energy state. When you adjust that, everything changes. Here's something else I learned when we obsess over one specific person out of billions of people on the planet. What we are really doing is limiting our options. Out of 7 or 8 billion people, we say, I only want this one person. That is scarcity thinking. That is ego attachment. What if the universe has someone even more aligned with you? What if every relationship you've had up until now was preparing you for a deeper connection, but you won't notice it if you are glued to one person who may not even be right for you? The shift comes when you move from scarcity to abundance. You recognize your own worth, your own value, your own power. You focus on doing what lights you up inside. When you do what you love, when you live in your authentic energy, you attract the right people effortlessly. You always attract what you are, not what you pretend to be. I noticed in my past relationships that whenever I was stuck in a job I didn't enjoy, I also attracted partners who were not happy with their own paths. That lack of passion mirrored back to me. But when I was aligned with my joy, the people I met also carried that same spark. That is why the key is to love yourself first, to do what makes you alive first, to step into the star role of your own life. Imagine chasing a butterfly. The harder you chase it, the faster it flies away. But if you sit calmly, the butterfly may gently land on your shoulder. You didn't force it, you simply allowed it. This is the same with relationships. I once had a coworker who pointed something out about a man we worked with. He was always chasing women, always trying too hard. And she said, "Don't you see? If he's chasing, then by definition, the women are running. Chasing creates running. It is that simple. The moment you stop chasing and start living fully, the dynamic changes. You go out with your friends, you laugh, you enjoy your own company, you focus on what you love, and suddenly the one who is distant starts feeling that pull and wants to know what you're doing." I've seen this play out so many times. The key is not manipulation, it is energy. When you love yourself and have fun, when you stand firm as the star of your own story, people naturally respond to you. Life mirrors back your own self-image. If you see yourself as less, others will treat you as less. If you see yourself as whole, others feel that wholeness and are drawn to it. So raise your self-image. See yourself as a 10 out of 10, and see others the same. Not higher, not lower, equal. No pedestals. When you change your self-image, you change your whole life. That is why I share messages like this, so you can understand the hidden energy dynamics at play, so you can stop feeling stuck, and so you can step fully into the life and love you deserve.